This video explains how to build a master schedule. To build a master schedule, we need a basic master schedule record first. We need a forecast demand. Also, we need the actual booked order. And based on this, we can compute the projected inventory level. This is generally we can use ending inventory is equal to beginning inventory plus master schedule minus demand. That's basic form. And also we have to build the production order. Also at the end we can compute the available to promise. This record is very important. This record means based on this our MPS, master production schedule, master schedule record, how many quantity can we guarantee to customer? That is ATP. So if we have ATP information, then sales department or marketing departments can respond to customer order. Here is basic master production schedule format. And first of all, we have a forecast demand. Also, we have a booked order. For master schedule, the case, we have some, SOP input. SOP case, sales and operation planning case. SOP deals with the product group, product family. But for this MPS case, we deals with end item, specific end item. So that's why we have a booked order. So now consider this kind of information. So to build our SOP plan, so basically we need this information. First of all, I will type this information. First of all, we have basic week information, we have a forecast information, forecast, and booked order information. We have MPS, we have a projected inventory balance, and finally we will compute the ATP. So week information, we have 1, 2, 3, and we have from this data we have 8 data record, and the forecast information 150, 150, and 150, 150, and for the next first 4 period we have 150. Next 4 period we have 157 or 175, and others. Even if we have this demand forecast, in some case our actual order can be greater than our forecast demand. That means we underestimate our demand. Some case our generally the most recent period we might have actual order can be greater than forecast. That is possible for our recent period, but the later period, generally our actual order is less than our demand forecast. That means still we are waiting for another new demand. So that means we have to take into account the maximum number of these. So that means we will respond to all these demand as well as our forecast. So first of all, MPS, if we have MPS, ending inventory, then basically for this case we do not, we may have some initial inventory, but for this case we do not consider our beginning inventory, on-hand inventory. On-hand inventory case we might have 0. So then typically you can add here, then this is a period 0 or certain number, and you can type 0, or sometimes if you have a certain positive number you can type this one. Then what is inventory? Inventory is beginning ending beginning inventory. Beginning inventory means ending inventory of a previous period. Beginning inventory plus our MPS. We don't have MPS yet, and the minus we can cover maximum order or maximum of order or forecast. If we for most recent period, we might have large size inventory more than forecast. That is possible scenario. But later on, generally our forecast information will be bigger than our actual order. That means we need to fill out our order. So then we have this. So you just compute this inventory. Out of this, first of all, we have to we have to cover this negative inventory. First of all, we can decide for the for first 4 period, we want to cover at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Then here we can produce a 300. Then we can cover. Sorry, our for this example, our project inventory is 100. I'm sorry. So you have to look at this. Then if you produce period 1, then you have you can intend to cover 2 weeks. Then probably you can produce 300 in week 1 and week 3. So actually you need to know here in period 3, so you have a negative inventory, then you can produce again. So how much? Then probably you can produce, you want to cover 2 weeks, not only 1 week, then we can produce this. And at period 5, you have a negative inventory, then you have to build a new master schedule. But from period 5, your inventory is 175. That means probably for this case, you have to cover 2 weeks, 305, 350. Then period 7, you can produce 350. Then you can cover all period 6, right? So out of this, here we build this kind of MPS quantity. So MPS, we might have a certain rule. So for this case, we just cover 2 weeks. So that's why we produce every other week. But this basically we just cover 2 weeks forecast information. So actually this policy is determined by production planner or supply chain planner. And then ATP. ATP case, this is available to promise. That means in period 10, in period 1, so actually you have 100 and you have 300. 300 will be produced, right? Then your on hand will be this, your current physical quantity will be 100 and plus 300. Out of this, you already, this 170 is already booked, and also 165 is also already booked. The remaining quantity is available promise at period 1, so until period 2. So for this case, we cover only week 1 and 2. And this period, if you have new MPS, for this case, you have available quantity is 300. But however, you have to cover this order, and you already 140, 120 is already booked. Then your remaining quantity is only 40. 40 is your ATP for period 3 and 4. How about period 5? Period 5 again, so you have 350 available originally, but you already have this order quantity and this order. So that means if you produce period 5, you have 350, but at this point 85 and the 42, you already booked order that you have to guarantee this order first. The remaining is 223 are available for future, coming order. How about this? For this case, again, you have your available is 350, and but you already have 200 orders and this period, these two periods. That is actually a period 7. Your available to promise is 330.